I'm doing one right now.
Okay, we're gonna take these two ladies in the back. We'll take the one that's further back, and then the lady that's 3 rows in front of you. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, did you know, A, that, like, when Spike died, that he was gonna come back on Angel? And B, how was that transition?
Did you know that Spike was gonna come back on Angel after he died on Buffy, and how was the transition?
Yeah, I knew. And Joss was so angry because... No, not because of that. By this time, he kind of realized I was helping out, you know. But, he wanted the audience to really have their hearts broken that Spike was dead. And he wanted to just let you hang all summer on that. And then be just... What's that? The network announced, trying to get more excitement for Angel, they announced that I was coming on the show almost as soon as I was dead on Buffy. It would have been more intense for you if it would have worked the way Joss wanted it to. And you would have had a bad summer, but oh my god, it would have been great. And then, what was the other part? Oh, there was really no transition at all. Going from Buffy to Angel, the writers are the same, the directors were the same, the actors mostly were the same, and the ones that hadn't been on Buffy, I had done Shakespeare with over at Joss's house already, so I had already acted with him, so it was really seamless.
You were kind of like a different character. You were like Spike season 2 on
Well, yeah, I was a love-struck puppy dog. Yeah. I like going on Angel because on Buffy, again, going back, I was imperiling the theme, so they had to keep the lid on the character. Whereas on Angel, I was we call it the doppelganger. It's a character that's like the lead, that can show the audience what would happen to the lead if they make certain decisions, whether good or bad. So I was a doppelganger for Angel, which meant they could just uncork me and let me fly. And so, yeah, that was really, really fun.
Okay, we're gonna take the second question, but what was it like to play against an Angel puppet?
Very fun. Yeah, that episode was written by Ben. What's his last name? I forget. He wrote The Tick. Awesome cartoon about mediocre superheroes. And so everyone was waiting for Ben's script all year, and no one more than me, because I was such a fan of The Tick. And the script came out, and I was in like that much. And I was like, Ben, what's up, man? What happened? He's like, don't you worry, man. I took care of you. You're going to have the best scene in the whole thing. And so I think I shot for half an hour on that. They put a little coat hanger around some part of me to hold the puppet on, and they were just like, beat yourself with the puppet. Just give us So I was beating myself with the puppet and laughing, and it was awesome. It was awesome. Yeah.
And I see we have a Spike puppet in the room, so thanks for bringing that out. All right, go right ahead.
You mentioned that your favorite Buffy episode was Once More June. What's your favorite Angel?
Good one. You know, I like to be seen, but my butt hurts. I like you guys, but I'm over here. My favorite episode was the one in the theater where I kicked his butt. Right? But for different reasons than you might think. The reason that was my favorite episode is that at that time, David was having some severe knee problems, and he went in for knee surgery, and it's all corrected now. But at that time, he was really limping around because he's been doing too many stunts like me. And I just was watching the guy be patient but firm. No, I can't do that. Yes, I'll do that for you. No, I can't pivot that way. And he was in extreme pain the whole time, but he never gave up. And he never left the set. And he kept with it because he thought it was a good script, and he's a good worker. So I developed a good amount of respect for David Boreanaz, and that's why.
For the folks at the back, the question was about the film 3 Inches being shot in Toronto.
Yeah, it's a pilot
series.
A pilot for a TV series for SyFy. I think I could say that it's about superheroes that have a very small power. It's not flying or melting steel with your eyeballs. It's very simple, small powers. But you can save the world with very small powers if you're smart about it. And if you meet me. Do I have a what? How do you know this?
She's good.
You're gonna get me in trouble, man.
Middle section, gentleman, gray shirt. Yes.
Yeah. So you mentioned that your transition from stage to television because you wanted money. What about, why did you pick sci-fi, or did sci-fi kind of just develop as your career developed?
I didn't come down to Los Angeles wanting to do sci-fi specifically. I've been a sci-fi fan forever. I've been a sci-fi fan since Planet of the Apes, right? I was in the very first Star Trek convention in the world in 1978 in Oakland, California. I helped the write-in campaign to get the first movie made. I saw the very first showing of Star Wars. George Lucas invited all the drama nerds from Marin County to watch that movie. Those are some of the proudest moments of my life, you know. So I think that when I got the role for Buffy, I didn't have this judgmental attitude about the genre. I had this kind of attitude of, oh, wow, this is going to be fabulous, you know. And I think that it's really just because I give myself over to it completely. I'm not married to it. I'll do other projects, but I have to say, I do enjoy that release, or that lift. And I think that sci-fi actually functions very much like the jester used to function in the medieval court, which is to say that the jester is the only person that could call the king an idiot, as long as it was funny. But that meant that it said that the court that had a good jester was a good court. And I think that sci-fi functions the same way. We can often speak more directly about issues than anyone else can, because hey man, it's just space, it's just fangs. Like Caprica. I mean that's prime, big kettle chips, yeah. Why does the world end? I mean, you want us to contemplate that right now? But we can, because it's not Earth, it's Caprica. Yeah, so I like it.
Now, obviously, Joss was way ahead of his time when creating Buffy and Angel, and now vampires are a phenomenon. They're everywhere. Why do you think vampires are so popular right now, and why are they great vehicles for storytelling?
You know, I don't know. All I know is to every generation is born their own vampire story. It's a myth that ever since Bram Stoker kind of codified all of those Romanian folk tales into one story, it's just taken off and just never looked back. The only thing I can say is that I think that vampirism is a metaphor for hunger, both sexual and psychological. More than that, I can't explain.
Spike would have loved this time period right now, though, right?
Oh yeah, there's lots of beautiful people here.
The lady with the cool gloves.
Favorite scenes in Angel? They're always the fight scenes, man, I'm sorry. I love fight scenes. They're fun. The time goes quickly, you're energized because you're moving around. Because a lot of times you're just waiting around on the set, like... anything with a fight in it, I'm sorry, anything with a fight. So fighting Illyria was fabulous. Amy Acker was so good in that. I didn't really think she could do that. When they cast her as that, I was like, you're gonna do Amy Acker? She's so nice. And then she just blew me away.
The young lady in the red shirt, hopefully not an expendable cast member who's had her hand up for a while there. Your question?
how was it to transition between vampire and supercomputer and to what? Yeah, to supercomputer and were there any pranks on the set? The second part of your question is very boring. I think that there are only pranks when the budget is, I don't know, man. See, on the shows that I'm in, there are so many special effects and so many elements, so many makeup elements and computer elements and special effects that are actually happening while you're filming them. There's no time. There's no time for any of that. And I know that on the original Star Trek, they played gags and stuff, but that's back in the 60s, man. And the bar has, technically, as far as what you film, how many shots you have to achieve, the bar has been raised. And it looks more like film now, so there's no time at all. I don't even joke, you know? Like I remember going to Joss going, hey man, why am I never in a gag reel? And he goes, because you're so boring between takes. They go cut, and you check and make sure your mark is there, and then you take your script out of your back pocket and you start reading it every time. Which, you know, he loved, and it's great, but it doesn't make for good gags. And then transitioning between vampire and supercomputer, I just play Brainiac as if he were human. I just play him as if, look man, it's a Kryptonian robot, so they're way beyond us as far as technology, and their robots are very, very, very good. And so I don't have to play like, I just play a guy who's very manipulative, and I gotta say, it's very fun to run Clark around by the nose and pretend that I care about him when I just really don't.
Okay, we're going to take a question. Oh, sorry.
In a way, nothing was ever better than Spike.